Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. If you missed the last video, we tried to assemble an improved King Halo for Team Trials, and we had some difficulties. And for a while now, King Halo has been, I would say, one of the biggest sticking points on our Team Trials roster. She is surprisingly difficult to build in Trackblazer for a trainee that can ostensibly run every single distance in the game. So I had a few comments on the video yesterday that were sort of talking about experiences that other people have had with King Halo, experience of sprinters in Trackblazer, and I think the comment that resonated with me the most was from a Vipsy, so I'll show that now. And what they said is this. They said, if I decide to do another, and we are going to do another, she's pretty clearly the worst Team Trials runner we have right now. Just inherit as much power as possible and don't really worry about inspiration skills and take whatever slop you get from races. Late surger video after late surger video, losing super early and you can't snowball. Give it a thought like 3 wit, 2 speed, 115% race bonus, power sparks. And then also, Hot Rod Russ said more or less the same thing. Where they said this in the first Sotono Diamond video, show how garbage of an experience it is to run late surge in Trackblazer as well. So not just sprinters, but anybody who runs from the back, like, Sotono Diamond, Tamamo Cross, Gold Chip, etc. You lose early because of bad stats, and then because you're losing, you're not getting stats to help you win more, and it snowballs and it cascades, so you can't build momentum over the course of a run. So their suggestion is borrow Fuku, try and offset the stats, and then allow for Junior in the beginning of Classic to go fine, even if you're giving up on a good gold, like From Course Menace. So what we're going to do today is a compromise. I'm not going to take exactly the advice that Gypsy gave. I'm not exactly going to take what Hot Rod Russ suggested. I'm going to try and find a happy medium that allows me to keep a good gold, but doesn't sacrifice too much deck in the process. And I'll walk you through what my thought process looks like for that. So let's jump into career. We'll set up our King Halo, and then we're going to spend a little bit of time on Umamusume, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on Umamusume Guide. So we'll plug King Halo in, and the first thing that I want to find here is a parent with power sparks. We tried Wit Sparks last time, just to make her a better Team Trials runner overall, get more skill activations. For a sprinter, for a late surger, whatever the problem is with Trackblazer, it's not working. So we want power to maximize our odds of winning these early career races. Let's pop over to Uma.moe and see if we can find anything good. So here's what we've got for that process. We're working on a King Halo, that's going to be our target. Power, we want as much as possible. I don't want to go all the way to 9 because I find that to be pretty restrictive of parents that I would otherwise use if they were good. Power 7 or above just means that all 3 runners in the legacy chain, parent and both grandparent, are going to have power sparks, but I'm fairly agnostic as to whether it's 2-star power or 3-star power. And then as long as we're on Uma.moe looking for a good parent, let's have it be a parent that fixes King Halo's mile and medium aptitudes at the same time. So I want mile sparks and medium sparks somewhere in that chain. That's going to allow us to go from mile B to mile A, medium B to medium A. We'll give up on sprint for the time being, we'll give up on turf for the time being. If she's turf A, sprint A at the end of this run, that's totally fine. And then I don't want anything else. Under white factors required, under white factors preferred, we could add some stuff in here like late corners, late straights, sprint corners, sprint straights, whatever kind of white sparks we want. But rather than that, I want to maximize my affinity. I want to get as many power sparks inherited as possible during my affinity events to build as much stats as I can. And the second option that we have here is this Special Week, who has 123 affinity, which is a very large number. It's like 4 times as high as some of the parents that we were looking at for the run yesterday. We also get Position Pilfer out of it, Late Straights out of it, TS Climax out of it, Glittering Star out of it, and then we have a chance to get Late Corners as well as Outer Swell from some of the grandparents in this chain. So we're going to head and go grab this Psi 4RR. And we're going to pull that back into the game, and that is going to be our parent for this run. We'll pop over to friends. We should have plenty of room on our friends list still. They have room in their friends list, which is wonderful. And then we'll go ahead and plug that in. So we'll head back to career, pop into Trackblazer. We'll go and find, with that much affinity, I should just be able to sort by affinity bonus and see it at the top. Yeah, there it is. So that fixes mile and medium. We're A on all of those. good consistency, and we've got 54 power to work with, which isn't quite 63, but it's fine. It's probably good enough. Then, as far as our parent goes, we want to find a power parent on our side as well. And if they have turf or sprint anywhere, including from Origin Legacies, that would be fine. So on our side, I can't immediately think of a good parent for this, so we're just going to click through some options. This is long turf medium, getting 2-star power, 4-star power, 2-star wit. I don't mind that. We also have late hints, late adjacent hint, late hint. We also get long stars, which actually bumps us to long B, so we could take on something like the Arima Keenan. Don't hate that idea, but I want to see if I have any triple power parents. That's also power, power, wit. This creek is power, wit, stamina. We definitely don't want that. This Tamamo's power, stamina, power. That's not necessary. This is power, power, power. It's a lot of long sparks, though. We don't necessarily need that. What do we get out of it? We get fighter. We get tail held high. We get Uma stand. Playtime's over. That's not amazing. And I don't actually mind the power wit split here. I think going 4-star power, 2-star wit is still pretty good. And especially the hints off of this Dober I'd be interested in getting. This is also just more affinity. I don't know how much more because they're both in double circle territory. But we're sorted by affinity, so this Atono Diamond is definitely going to be more. So let's plug that in. And then as far as deck goes, we're throwing the whole thing out. The first thing we're going to start with is our Borrow. And this is the way that I'm approaching thinking about this. I think that our most important stat to build for winning sprints consistently is going to be power. The faster that we can accelerate in late race, the better our ability to secure a good position in going into the final stretch, the sooner we can hit our max velocity, and it doesn't matter if our max velocity is a little lower if we arrive there before everybody else around us. So we're going to sort by initial power, and then we're just going to see if there is a card here that jumps out at us as being even remotely usable. Daiwa Scarlet, I know for a fact, is bad. We don't have a useful gold out of this card. It's giving us race planner or preferred position. That's not really something we want to be doing on a sprinter. Tannhäuser's Wit card, I also don't think gives us anything useful. I mean, it gives us It's On, which isn't horrible, but we are getting speed wit out of. Wait, we're not getting. Did I do power bonus? No. I didn't reset the sword. There we go. So Daiwa Scarlet is the highest initial power that you can get. Bamboo Memory, what is your gold? Rising Dragon? That is a usable late surger gold, but I don't necessarily want to be running a power card. We also only have 5 race bonus here, although 3 hint levels, 40 hint frequency is pretty good. Power bonus is good. This is approaching usable. We'll see what other options we have. Digital, I don't really want to bring an SR. Sunday we have already. Kawakami Princess gives us a mile hint, so that is not something we're interested in. Seeking the Pearl. Dauntless? Dauntless is a late surger hint. This could work. Speed bonus. 5% race bonus. So again, it's not great. Good initial friendship gauge, though. Good friendship bonus. Really high specialty priority, so she is anchored to speed consistently, which is nice for training. So we also get a ton of training effectiveness out of her based on how much max energy we have. And it's pretty easy to build max energy in Trackblazer. Like, you don't even have to buy the +8 max energies. You can buy the +4s just to get through a race, and it adds up over time. What other options? Daiwa Scarlet SSR's Pace. Tosin Jordan I don't really want to use. Fuku I don't really want to use. Good card, but not a usable gold. And Tamamo Cross I don't really want to be doing a power card. Well, what do you do? I'll look at you. 15 million CCs. It's late surger, so it does work. 10 race bonus is also nice for Trackblazer. 60 mood effect. But Stam bonus, I don't really care about Stam bonus that much. I don't really want to be running a power card in the first place. I want to try and stick to speed and wit because power cards are going to train our stamina when I don't want to. Which kind of makes me think that Seeking the Pearl would be a really interesting card to try and use. We get a late surger gold out of it. We have a unique effect that works really well with Track Blazer. The only downside is that it's only 5 race bonus, but I think I can work around that. So let's see if I can find somebody who has Seeking the Pearl, and we'll give that a try. We don't need this to be King Halo anymore. We don't actually need any of these filters anymore. I just want to find somebody with this Seeking the Pearl SSR. Sure. No, not with that name. we'll go with Esther, and we'll give that a try. Let's plug this in. Sure. And now I'm going to build the rest of this deck around Seeking the Pearl to get everything else to work with her there. But this, I think, should be one of our best options for initial power that isn't a completely dead card in the deck for what we want to do. So let's plug that in. This is 5 race bonus. What else is going to be here? Well, Kawakami Princess has a ton of starting speed, and she has a usable Team Trials gold, and she's 7% race bonus, and she has power bonus. Like, Kawakami is just a great, great card. So we're going to keep that in there. That puts us at 12. And then I'm probably going to run a 3rd speed card. One of the things that Avipsy suggested is 3 wit, 2 speed, 1 15% race bonus card. I just don't think I have good enough wit cards to be running 3 wit. So I think I'm going to go 3 speed, 2 wit in order to work around that. And if we're looking at our wit cards, we know that we can't use Sunday because we're going to use SSR Sunday. That's a usable gold skill and a 15% race bonus card. So purely for the sake of stacking race bonus and getting race bonus as high as we can, I think it has to be Fine Motion Agnes Tachyon. This is 10 and 10. We also know that this is going to be Marvelous Sunday Power because that is a relevant gold skill for a late surger and it's a ton of starting power. And then the last card slot, I guess, almost by definition would be Shinko Indy, because I don't think we have another 10 race bonus speed card. So this could be like, if we really wanted to push it, this could be like a 10 race bonus guts card or a 15 race bonus guts card. Again, if I had Admire Vega SR would be so good here. And we could actually think about using her even at 2 uncaps, which I think is what she's at right now. Let me double. Yeah, she has a 2 uncaps right now. This is 12 race bonus, 26 mood effect. 15 initial guts is a little weak. I just really wish I had my hands on that power bonus. But we would need 1 more copy in addition to the gold crystal we have to make that work. So in the meantime, I'm just going to stay consistent. I'm going to keep myself open to the possibility of triple rainbow speed trainings, and we'll run Shinko Indy. So this is 10, 20, 30, 45, 50, 57 race bonus. We have access to 1, 2, 3 usable Team Trials gold skills, 4 and 5 from potential levels, and then 6 from finishing the scenario. That should be pretty good. We also have a mountain of starting power here. This is starting power, this is starting power, this is starting speed. We're inheriting close to 100 power. This should allow us to win some junior year races very consistently and be able to snowball the rest of the run. So let's see how this does, and let's see if our planning pays off. I'm not going to be buying any of those unique skills, although Shooting Star is not bad. If you needed a unique skill that triggers consistently, you could probably do worse than Shooting Star, maybe if it gets discounted to max. This is just fine Guts Friendship. We even get a hint out of Kawakami, who we know is going to be a problem. It burns off some of our initial energy so that we can take some wits in the future and not waste it. 1 friend, 1 friend, 1 friend, 2 friend on stamina, 1 friend. I think I'd be a-okay with working on Kawakami Princess's friendship a little bit more here. We really want to do everything we can to get that high as soon as possible. 3 friends on wit is definitely going to be a wit training. I don't need to see anything else. It's not possible for another training to be better than that, even if they were on speed. 1 friend guts, 1 friend power, 1 friend stam, 2 friends speed. We're approaching recreation territory here, but again, Kawakami Princess is at this training. I don't mind taking a speed training here and there. Work on getting that facility leveled up a bit. Fighter is Late Surger, and I also really don't need Stamina and Guts, so we'll go ahead and make that a little bit cheaper. That will have value for us later on this run. I would also love the mood up from this event. Get us up to good. One friend, no friend, no friend, one friend, three friend. Okay, this is recreation territory. Well, you're at good already. These are also low friendships. I really don't want to take a stamina training, but this is a lot of friendship to work on. I don't hate that stamina, but I don't want to do too many trainings like that. I guess I do need to find a way to... We're never going to see Arden again, so we might as well gamble on plus 10 energy. We do need to find a way to get through, like, the hopeful stakes, so we're going to need another 100 stamina or so to do that consistently. Also, all of these trainings are quite bad. Just save my energy on wit. Standing by, that's end closer. I'll take stats out of that instead. I do not want to lose energy right now, so I'll take pop option. No friends, one friend, two friends, one friend. Wish that there were friends on wit, but I don't mind building 2 speed cards on power. Can't take that power training. Not at 16. Well, I could, but it's not even that good. I think I could just take wit here and work on fine motion and have that be fine. I don't feel like I need to risk that power training. It's not amazing. If there's nobody on wit, I might. 1, 0, 2, 3. I'll definitely risk that speed training. And then this probably forces us into a rest. We'll see. The only thing that would avoid a rest is a good wit training, and just Tachyon being there is not good enough, so let's take a rest. 70 is excellent to hit at that point. We can do anything we want this turn. And then we have energy for training after the debut. Tachyon hints have no meaning to us. They are all medium. Every single one of them. So it's whether we want double friendship on Tachyon or whether we want friendship on these 2 cards. And given how far ahead Tachyon is right now, I think taking that power training is fine. It's also stats that contribute to us winning a race. So we're going to be really close to 300 power before our debut. And if that's not enough power to get us through winning early races, I'm not sure what would be. Obviously, we can still get blocked. Power doesn't really control how bad it is when you get blocked, but if we have a clear path to the finish line, it's hard to imagine a world where we don't win races. There we go. Good time to win a gamble, too. This is looking really, really nice so far. So, order matters. We do agenda first. We're going to be on the sprint path, because we explicitly want sprint versus races. We look at training. It's a good power. It's a power that I would like to megaphone. Definitely over that stamina training. And do I see a megaphone? I do. I see a Vita 65 as well, which is quite good. I see an Artisan Cleat Hammer and a Guts Manual. A Guts Manual isn't really going to contribute a ton to our ability to win early races, but let's double check friendships and see if anybody is close to Grilled Carrot territory. No, absolutely not. So we can buy the Guts Manual. Any little bit that helps us win races is good. We can also pick up the Cleat Hammer. We're not going to need it until we get down here, but we can at least buy it. And then we'll come back for the Vita 65 and the Grilled Carrot after some of these junior year races. We can go ahead and megaphone this training. We're going to get 2 megaphone turns here because we run the Hakude Junior Stakes, but we could high roll on a training in early August and derive some extra benefit out of that megaphone. Energy 5 Mood 1 would be great right now, so we don't have to worry about mood anymore. And we get a versus race? Yes. Lovely. Very good. Winning Gamble here would also be nice. Beautiful. Also, concerning shop reset. We have a lot of stuff we need to buy right now. I wouldn't mind unlocking Outer Swell, just to make sure I get my hands on it. I don't think I need the wit that badly. Okay, so do a little bit of planning here, because you have 115, 185, 200, 270 coins worth of stuff to buy, and you're only at 105, which means if you see a good shop reset in either of these races, you're going to have to give up on something. Let's start by saying Master Cleat Hammer Wit Scroll, because I don't know about that stamina manual right now. That might be one of the things that we cut. The Empowering Megaphone may be the other thing that we cut. We'll see how the rest of this turn evolves. Beautiful wit training. Really, really good. Guts versus speed. Just take the speed. We'll find a way to get guts later. The Niigata Junior Stakes is not a versus race, but we have to run. We must race this turn for the sake of that shop that we have. I almost think we need to re-roll this for the sake of the shop that we have. I also have to note, did you get blocked? I just want to see. Are we losing to stats even though we have 330 power? Just show me what happens in late race. We late started, which isn't a great sign. Yeah, okay, we get extremely blocked here. Look at all the amount of time that she has to spend changing lanes. What lane do you pick here? Oh, maybe you don't. You're just really slow into late race. Maybe it was a bad late start. This doesn't look like achieving gets to unique. Hey, there's no question that she should be able to win this race. I have to re-roll this. Our shop is so good that I must re-roll this. Just don't late start and you should be fine. There we go. Okay. So just a devastatingly bad late start, I guess. I can't buy that Empowering Megaphone. I do need to buy Masterful Canvas and Encloser. I do need to buy that energy drink, though, because that's going to improve Seeking the Pearl's training effectiveness. So we're definitely going to grab that. But we need to make some hard decisions in here. So both of these are coming with me. Neither of you are coming. Get the Vita 20, win the Kokura Junior Stakes, buy the Grilled Carrot. You can maybe salvage this Empowering Megaphone, but you have to let the rest of that stuff go. It's just not as important. You also have to win this race. So we're in clock terror. Well, you don't have to. You need to come in like second or better, I think. But winning would be very useful. Okay. Good. Good things are happening. Gamble doesn't really matter here because we're either headed towards a rest or drinking that Vita 65 late September, and it would take a very good training to pull me off of just resting, because a Vita 65 is a very valuable item. Give me Grilled Carrot, Artisan Cleat Hammer Power Manual. No. Yes, you can't do anything else. You're gonna have to let that Empowering Megaphone go. You'll hopefully see more of them. It's an okay wit, it's an okay guts, it's an okay power, it's an okay speed. This is a rester. There's nothing else going on here. I don't want to Vita 65 into a training when 80% of the energy is going to vanish into races. Build Fine Motion's Friendship a little bit. And then we get Shop Reset. So Shop Reset says... Speed, Ankylite, and Master Cleat Hammer Motivating Megaphone are really the 3 priority buys here that I'm seeing. I guess technically you should check trainings. I'm not taking a stamina training. I don't care if every single one of my sports is at a stamina training, I'm still not going to take it. It has no value. good. Winning gamble, I don't know if winning the gamble here is good or not, because I might just end up doing 6 in a row, but if we see a good training late October or early November, we would take it. So let's start thinking about them at least. We go Speed Scroll, Empowering Megaphone. We still want to come back for 140 shop coins worth of stuff, so I need 2 more races over the next 4 turns. It's an okay wit, but this is a versus race today. I don't think that's good enough. Well, here's the other argument, though, is that early November has a chance to be a sprint. You could skip late November, because late November doesn't have a sprint. So maybe you go Artemis Stakes, KO High Junior Stakes, and then you cancel this. And then does Classic Year Early January have a sprint? No. I think our friendships are going pretty well right now. I would be comfortable taking a versus race here. We have a lot in the shop that we want, and we could still get even more shop refreshes. So let's just take it. Hello, Etsuko. That's ankle weight. Not really a high priority thing we're looking for right now. That's also hint number 2 for full throttle, so we see 1 more of those and we can buy it. Get it out of the drop table, free up that space for other more useful skills. We'll grab the speed ankle weight and the cleat hammer. We'll come back for the megaphone. Oh, that's a good speed training. Is the sprint a versus? It is. I think I'm still supposed to race. Sprint versus races are pretty few and far between, so we want to capitalize on our ability to get good hints here. I'm also going to reroll that once. Just 1. We can't. I don't want to go below 3 clocks before junior year ends. Okay. Hello again, Etsuko. Still don't really need the stamina, but I guess you are enabling me to run the hopeful stakes at this point. That's fine. 1, 1, 2, 2, 0. The kind of thing that makes you feel like you want to race again. And I guess you can get the guts ankle weight at this point. We could come back for the power ankle weight. And if we don't see a good training on this turn, I think we're pretty attached to the idea of just doing 6 in a row then. That wit training late October was maybe good enough. I haven't really made my mind up. It was pretty close. But I don't think there's any harm in just racing either. Especially when you're going to get resets like that. We're going to buy every single one of those. That's fine. We just have to make it through 1 more. But we haven't hit skin condition yet, which is nice, and mood is fixable. We have a cupcake on us, and there's more that we can do after that. We have that power ankle weight too. We do have 1 power card in the deck. Alright, so this is Cleat Hammer territory because it's a G1. We'll go ahead and spin that up. I would really like to win this on the first shot. Beautiful. Because that's an epithet G1. We're going to be on Tiara path. Don't have to spend any clocks on that. And then just avoid after repeated races. Great. Actually, the best possible outcome. Do I want to get an Energy Drink Max EX knowing that Seeking the Pearl is in our deck? So max energy caps of plus 20. If we buy 2 max EXs and we drink 1 normal energy drink, we're done. If we drink 1 energy drink max EX and 3 energy drinks, we're also done. I don't think 50 is that steep of a cost to pay, but I can wait until Classic Year, and I can actually see what's in our Classic Year shop reset before I make my mind up on that. So let's do one more race, and we'll see what the shop reset actually looks like before we make up our mind there. Also, we won a 2000 in late November in the rain, so the Hopeful Stake should not be an issue as far as stamina is concerned. I am nose. I can't spend any more clocks. It's not an epithet G1, you just have to accept it. Double wit manual. That's fine. We have already burned a lot of clocks on this run. So, what is in the Classic Year shop reset? That is the question. Also, there's our first gold. We have Reset Whistle, Vita 20, Artisan Cleat Hammer, Double Wit Manual. What does the training look like? The training currently looks like Wit. So I think we go Wit Manual, Wit Manual. We have a Motivating Megaphone on us, so that's what we can use for this period. We want Artisan Cleat Hammer, Vita 20 to try and Vita 20 into the Wit training. Reset Whistle. But I could skip Reset Whistle to get Energy Drink Max EX, and then I can buy the Reset Whistle after the early February race. So let's do that, and see how early we can get Seeking the Pearls training effectiveness up. We'll go ahead and drink that. This is not energy recovery, unfortunately, it's just max energy. And then let's see if we can win the 1 in 4 into this Wit training. I don't think this is good enough for a Megaphone. We'll see what the late January training looks like. Okay, good friendship growth. Power 20 versus Speed 10, Guts 10. Give me the power. I would still like to keep stacking power to win these early races. 3 on Stam, 2 on Speed. Well, I don't need the stamina. But I also don't really want to Vita 65 into this training, because I don't have any other energy management right now. There's a part of me that wonders if you don't just recreate this turn. Because if you hit karaoke, it puts your mood to good, and then early February puts your mood to great, and it saves you the cupcake. Like, these trainings look fine, but I'm not necessarily excited about 11 stats because of where our mood is at, and drinking a Vita 65 to do it. So yeah, let's just recreate. Karaoke. No Claw Machine, but that's fine. We don't necessarily need Claw Machine here. And then we can go versus race. I'm fairly agnostic about which one we do. We'll take a non-standard distance one so we can work on that epithet. And then we're probably looking at our rest next turn, or a really sketchy Wit training if you win this energy gamble. Yeah, we're looking at a rest next turn, probably. That'd be a great turn to have a fail tag. Because we get enough energy back in early March. Oh, never mind. We're going to lose all of our energy anyway, but there's none to steal. Alright, so give me Reset Whistle at this point. Guts Manual and Speed Scroll. We'll probably... Well, no, you still have the Motivating Megaphone on you. You should be fine. I don't think you need to buy anything else out of this shop. You have 1 power ankle weight already. You don't need more Megaphones. Okay, that's a crazy training. I think you do Vita 65 into that, actually. Yeah, that's a ton of friendship growth. It's a good thing you left that Vita 65 laying around, but you'd really like to find another one. I don't think you power ankle weight it, because it's only power level 1. But we'll just take the growth out of that as is. Power to 2. And then we do 3 in a row here. I'm fairly attached to that. We'll check our trainings, but I don't think there's any training you could give me that's going to pull me off of racing these. The sprint is not a versus race, but we'll take the medium. We could still get late surge or hints from this. Okay. I really don't need the stamina, and I wish you would stop giving it to me. Like, we should have enough stamina at this point to do the Oaks. Oh, she gives max energy on her card. So we're at plus 12 max energy right now? Okay. We need one more energy drink to max ourselves out. Take a G3 sprint. Possibility of sprint versus hints here. Good. And then I think if we make it to our inheritance and we get like 100 power, there is nothing that's going to stop us except for a medium in the rain where we rush. Also, there's the empowering megaphones you need for summer. Also, I think that's your third hint for Fearless. So let's double check our skills before we go to the Oka show. Tons of power and a hopeful stake sparks, and that's it. But that's fine. We only need the stats anyway. Give me empowering megaphone, and then in the reset, you have a reset whistle, speed ankle aid, Vita 20, guts manual, speed manual, rich hand cream. We will come back and buy all of that. Full throttle, 2 hints. I was thinking of full throttle. I got full throttle and Fearless confused. Wait, where's Fearless? Oh, there you are. Yeah, we need more hints for those two, and then we can buy them. They're piling up. Let's go Artisan Cleat Hammer for the Oka show. It is a G1. We have skin cream in the shop that we can fix conditions with if we get it. Good. Guts 18, it's not stamina, I'll take it. Wit Scroll Vita 20, I'll also take it. So we can Vita 20 into a Wit training late April if we want to. Speed Guts versus Stamina. Absolutely keep that Stamina away from me. And then let's go Vita 20, Wit Scroll. What's leaving in a turn? Stamina ankle weights? Don't care about them. Give me, you know, just in case you see a good training, like remember your ordering effects, just in case you see a good training that's not wit and you need even more energy, get both of the Vita 20s, because then you could gamble on any non-wit training that's amazing, like that. Would you drink 2 Vita 20s to take this training? I think I would. Would you drink 2 Vita 20s and an energy drink max to take it? Because that would actually make it almost fail-proof, I bet. And you care about this max energy, because Seeking the Pearl is at this training right now. I think I do. I might even power ankle weight this. No, that's crazy. You're only getting 24 stats out of this. It's not that big. It also doesn't matter if we use a grilled carrot here. None of these are Marvelous Sunday, so it's not going to change it between rainbow or not rainbow. Kawakami does not have a thing that happens only if you're at gold. Seeking the Pearl doesn't. Tachyon doesn't. So it doesn't matter if they're at gold or not. We just need to win a 7%. Beautiful. And we want this to be Seeking the Pearl hint? Not quite. But Seeking the Pearl is now in range of gold off of the grilled carrot set. Mood 1, speed 5 versus energy 10, stam 5. Okay, in this case, I'll take the stamina. You've finally beaten me down. So she gets there with grilled carrot. This is also a G1 day. We're not going to take any of these trainings. I'm just window shopping. We'll go NHK Mile Cup with a cleat hammer. And this is an epithet for us because we're on Tiara. So that'll be a reroll. That has all of the hallmarks of blocked on it. That's more concerning, but we're only losing by a head and a neck. There we go. That's my Gmail. Give me 1 second. There we go. Winning gamble doesn't really matter here. It's also a huge shop reset. Wit 20 versus energy minus 10 and Uma stand? Holy cow, she gives Uma stand. Yeah? I don't know where we're gonna find energy for summer break, but it's hard to pass down free Uma stand. Give me Wit Scroll, Gut Scroll. I don't think I need Empowering Megaphone 5 right now. I think I'd rather get Artisan Cleat Hammer, Rich Hand Cream, Speed Manual, Speed Ankle Weight. Like, there's so much other stuff to buy in this shop. We don't need to take Empowering Megaphone 5 right now. That's also a great speed training, but it's not as good as a Triple Tiara race. So we're going to Master Cleat Hammer this. Stamina is currently 304, so we should not have any problems with winning this race. That is enough to finish as a late surger. Good. Every win matters at this point, because I only have one more clock to spend. We cannot really afford to get blocked from here on out. We'll grab that Power Scroll as well. Power Scroll, Artisan Cleat Hammer, Speed Manual, Rich Hand Cream. We're going to come back for the Speed Ankle Weight after the Yasuikinan. Doesn't really matter what the training is this turn. I'm not going to take it over a G1, although that is a really nice wit. I don't even have the energy to take that wit. I don't know what I'm going to do about summer break right now. We're going to be going into summer break on 0 energy. We're going to have to rest on the first turn, basically by definition. And even from there, we're only going to be at 40. So we're going to have to go rest and then wit. And then we can train 1 time, unless I see a fail tag in these next 2 shops. That's not ideal, but we can make it work. Or we could just get a fail tag off the rip right here. Or we could get a fail tag off the rip after the Takarazuka. Skin Outbreak is fine. Our plan is already to rest early July. We can just ignore it. And also energy. Well, mood matters here, though. I was going to say energy doesn't matter, because your chance to get race fatigue is the same after your 3rd consecutive race. Like, 4 races and beyond, it doesn't matter if you have energy or not. Well, think about this. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen before summer break? It's that you get after repeated races, which takes your mood to normal, and then you get rough skin, which takes your mood to bad. You rest to fix everything on the first turn of summer. That takes you back to normal, and your cupcake takes you back to good. Which means that if I take this mood, we can be at great no matter what for summer break, unless we get the version of rough skin that takes 2 levels of mood. So we don't need the energy, but we're going to take that for the mood, because it's going to make it much more likely that we enter summer break at great. I'm also going to let that Empowering Megaphone go so that I have more coins to spend on the summer break shop, because if I see a Kale Juice or a fail tag, I really, really want to be able to buy them. So let's try and maximize our chances of being able to afford any energy recovery that we see either in this shop reset here or the summer break shop. Good. Good, 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 good. Buy a neck, I'll take it. I've been on the receiving end of those. I will take this side of it. No fail tag. We still have a chance to see it here. Negative. Okay, so we now have a severe energy problem. Let's stick like this. No matter what, we rest this turn, because it takes us to great, it refills energy, it fixes skin condition. It doesn't matter that it's a double rainbow. We have no mechanical way of taking that training. So we go rest and recreation. And then this needs to be wit. And we can at least get Tachyon to gold. Gonna take both of them. Yeah, we do this. So this gives us energy recovery. You could have megaphone there. That's like 5 lost stats, probably. And then I guess you could just take this speed training. But then what are you doing the turn after this? This is friendship growth. I think you need to take this and then hope you get like a wit training on your last turn. I think you also might as well speed ankle weighted, even though it's the saddest training you've ever seen, because it is a level 5 facility and you can buy more of them later. Good, and then this has to be wit. It's going to be a race then, is what it's going to be, because we can't take any other training. Neither of the sprints are versus races, so we'll go with the Sapporo Keenan. It's a pretty disappointing summer, but I think we knew coming in, when we just hadn't seen energy items for the last 16 turns, that we were going to be in for a rough time. Studious is fine. Don't need any of that. Pretty Mirror I don't really need to worry about that much, because by the time we get to the next summer break, all these guys are going to be at gold anyway. That's not a problem we need to solve right now. We'll take a turf sprint. Good. My kingdom for a Kale Juice right now. My kingdom for a fail tag right now. My kingdom for a shop reset right now. Holy cow. Not good enough, especially because the Sprinter Stakes is today. At least we get a shop reset. This is brutal right now. We had good shop resets early, and then they all just dried up. Sprinter Stakes we can still try and win in senior year. That's not a huge deal. I don't think that's one that we have to win twice. I probably should have double-checked before clicking continue. Oh my god, a fail take. They exist. Holy cow. Give me that thing immediately. Forget the stamina manuals. Speed ankle weight replacement, master bleed hammer, energy drink max, grilled carrot Vita 20. I think all looks fine. I shouldn't need a stamina manual. We're already at 365. And then are you going to fail tag into a training this turn? No, all of these trainings suck. I think you're going to Vita 20 into a training this turn. But also, what's your max energy right now? Is it 120? No, you're currently at 116. Alright, keep this thing in your pocket then. I think we go Vita 20, grilled carrot. There's no real point holding it for charming at this point. Rich hand cream to get rid of skin condition. I'm going to let plain cupcake ride, because we're about to do at least 3 races in a row, if not more. And I would rather get like an Etsuko than have Etsuko show up when we cupcaked already. That's Shinko Windy to gold. So that's all 3 of our speed cards online now. We also want the gold skills, so we continue this event chain. And then we go Shukusho. And we have a clock left over for it, because this is the one to win. There's a few other important races later on in this career, like the Takamatsu no Maya and the second Sprinter Stakes. But this is the one that we need to win. So that's going to be our last clock. Okay. Okay. No clocks, but so far so good. And there's the Etsuko that we were expecting to pick up as well. And a replacement cupcake. And our 5th empowering megaphone. Your 4th empowering megaphone. 5th? 4th. 5th? 4th. Yeah. Plain cupcake empowering megaphone. Nice wit. Nice speed. but this is an epithet G1, so we need to take this. They are not worth it. Okay. That's one that we do have to win twice. So, one win is good, but it's not everything. Okay, shop resets are flowing. We're finally getting the shop resets we deserve. Is this Fast and Furious? Our power is very high right now. It is, okay. So that's 2 of our 3 golds. We're just waiting for Seeking the Pearl to show up with the 3rd gold. This is Mile Championship Day. We have managed to Cleat Hammer every G1 so far, I think. So at least we've got that going for us. Good. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for the wit. That's Empowering Megaphone 5, so we buy that. We don't need any more ever again. Guts 10 versus Mood 1. We don't need the Mood, so I'll just take the Guts. And then this could be an off day if we wanted it to be, because we have a fail tag. I don't think any of these trainings are amazing, though. What's the versus race? A long, a medium, a mile. I do wish that the speed training was just a little better, because I'd like to get that speed facility to 2. I guess I could reset whistle this training. None of these trainings really spark joy. I'll spend 1 reset whistle on it. If I had a Vita 20, I might consider that wit training. But I think I can spend 1 reset whistle here just to see if I can generate something better. Yes, you can. Okay. So I think we go like this. That's quite good, even though it's level 1. And then... You want to do the Arima Classic? Let's do it Senior. Especially because we know the Hanshin Cup is a versus now. It's not necessarily a versus Senior year. And doing the Arima Classic gives us a chance to build a little more stamina, just in case 375 isn't quite good enough in the rain. Okay. So, must-win races in Senior are Takamatsu no Maya, Sprinter Stakes, QE2 Cup. That's it. It would be nice to win other G1s, but those are the 3 that are must-win, for maximum stats from epithets. It's not to say that the run is dead if we lose any of them. Like, the L on our Team Trials team right now lost the Triple Crown, but it hasn't stopped her from being a phenomenal Team Trials runner. It would just be something that pushes the run in an even better direction. Seeing another energy drink max, which is nice. I don't think I need any of the rest of this stuff. Everybody's a gold, so we don't need grilled carrot anymore. That we can ignore. Single rainbow. But we can also race this turn. We don't have a sprint versus, so give me the max fans. We should be able to handle a 2400 just fine. It's the same length as the Oaks. Okay. By distance is a good sign. And a good shop reset. I definitely want that replacement speed ankle weight. This is Seeking the Pearl 2. Updrafters versus Light as a Feather. And we're probably not going to be towards the front upon approaching late race, but it's more likely that activates than Updrafters does, because Updrafters will never activate. So give me the skill that might be useful, versus the skill that will never be useful. That's a good looking speed training, but it's not a good speed training. It's only 37 stats total. We're gonna race instead of taking that. Give me speed, ankle weight, good luck charm. give me the American JCC for country name number 2, and then Japan Cup will ideally be country name number 3. Good. And then I'd like to wit next turn. With what energy, I don't know, but maybe we see a Vita 20 in the shop reset. Or another fail tag. Okay. 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 I don't love that. It's not a horrible idea to fail tag that training. I really want to get the speed facility leveled up, and I don't know when I'm going to have the opportunity to do it. You have 3 good luck charms right now. Yeah, let's try and keep some momentum going here. We'll use 1 cupcake just to extract a little extra stats out of it. Being at normal means not even an Etsuko fixes us. So we'll go like this, and then we'll drink an energy drink into the late February race, because that will put Seeking the Pearl at... Ah, never mind. We'll do this, and then we'll fix mood and energy. We'll drink an energy drink early March. Single rainbow, not good enough. None of those trainings are good enough. Perfect race day. Do you have anything else in the shop left? Anytime I see 1 turn left, I get stressed out. We have a sprint race. Let's take that for the sake of versus hints. We'll live. Not ideal, but we'll live. And then this we can just energy drink to get our energy back. That's an incredible shop reset. Passing Pro we should not need. We are not doing longs here. Okay, we won't be drinking an energy drink, I guess. But still give me these 3. Single rainbow. Neither of those are good enough. The sprint is not a versus, so we'll take the Uma stakes. It's going to be annoying if the Uma stakes race on the Spring Tenno Day is also the versus race, because if we had won that race late February, we actually could have gotten that Uma stakes epithet. Oh, she won the gamble. I'm never going to drink this energy drink. It's going to be sitting on my shelf forever. And then that's Seeking the Pearl done. So we've gotten all 3 golds that we were looking for, which is really nice. This is Takamatsu Day, so we cannot take that training. A G1 is way more valuable, and maybe you buy skills for this because you're out of alarm clocks. Like, how do you feel about Dauntless? Because it's good mid-race velocity. I wish it was cheaper. I think I'm fine with full throttle as well. It doesn't really matter if we consume endurance when the longest race we have left to run in the career is the Arima in late December. Umastan also should make a big difference for finishing race as well. I'll buy anything at 2. That's good. Huge lead will not trigger. We're never going to be in the lead. Yeah, I think we go something like this, and this is just insurance plan against winning this race, because the Takamatsu contributes a ton of stats to the sprint epithet. You have a Cleat Hammer? You do. Cleat Hammer every G1 this career, I think. They only need like 8 more? That's huge. 1 race down, 2 to go. Okay. This is a training turn. Ideally, I'd Vita 20 into a wit training here so I can save the fail tags. But we'll see. And then we go race, race, rest, race, race. Pilfer. Pilfer's useful. 4 hints for Pilfer's really useful. Speed manual power scroll. Speed training application is kind of interesting, but I think it's just a little too late. Vita 65 is huge. Let's see what our coins are looking like in late June. We might come back and buy that speed training. Or if I see a colossal rainbow speed training, I might just grab it as well. All of those trainings look really bad. How valuable would a reset whistle be to try and get something better, knowing that you could Vita 65 into anything you want? You know, probably pretty valuable. You could also just race. There's nothing well, no, there's not a versus race today. I think you try and reset whistle into something better this turn. I see more rainbows. I wouldn't necessarily call either of those better. Yeah, I wouldn't call those better at all. I might race this turn, even though it's 4 in a row. Well, no, because you're at normal. You don't have a ton of mood recovery right now. You can only go to good. It feels so wasteful to rest this turn. I'm just going to try and fight a 20 into a wit training. At least 10 stats that we didn't have otherwise, and it might level our wit facility up too. Yeah, that's fine. I wish that it was that training. That's for sure. But none of those are that good, so we'll just go back to racing. There's no way we have the stamina for the Spring Tenno, so I'll just run a G2. We are not live for the Uma Stakes race because we lost one of them, so that epithet doesn't really matter. Decent time to win a gamble. Decent wit training if I wasn't racing this turn. I also didn't see a shop reset, which is pushing me towards the speed training application. We're not going to get 120 coins worth of value out of it, but we might get like 60, which would still be pretty good. 60? No, you're not going to get 120 speed out of buying that thing. You're going to get like 20 race coins out of it. But it's looking like we're going to have a pretty significant surplus of race coins right now. So let's Pilfer to 5. You should have bought Pilfer after your inheritance, but you forgot. Let's go take care of that now. Especially because it can't get cheaper now mechanically. Hello? Oh, there you are. Yeah, we'll pick up Fast and Furious too, because that's also not getting cheaper without a Scholar set. This is a designated rest turn, and that is a beautiful turn to see for it. So, we are currently at 116 energy. We have 2 energy drink maxes. Let's go to 120 for the sake of seeking the Pearl's training effectiveness. I'm also going to blow a Megaphone and a Speed Ankle Weight here, because I think we'll have the opportunity to buy another Empowering Megaphone before the finals. But let's dump a ton of investment into the speed training, because we're only at 650 and we're halfway through Senior. We would really like to start building that stat in a hurry. No training, which is good because the Yasuto's today. We don't have a Cleat Hammer, so those have finally run out. That's unfortunate, but we won at Classic Year, so it's not a huge deal. It's okay. Speed 12 is not that bad either. We dodged race fatigue because we did that at 0. We're about to spend all of this energy on the Takarazuka Kinen, though. And at this point, you're at 416. I think you do just buy that speed training application. This isn't about getting 120 coins worth of value out of it. It's about spending coins on something that gives us stats in return. We might train speed like 2 more times this career, maybe 3 if we're lucky. But advancing our speed facility 1 level is probably worth it. And now that I think about it, we should have bought it late May when we did that double rainbow speed training. We probably could have gotten like 10 extra stats out of that, maybe. That would have been the point to buy it, if I had remembered that it was in the shop. So we're down... Nice shop reset. We're down, like... I don't know, probably 20 stats from where we could be if I was playing perfectly. But that's fine. Nobody's perfect all the time. 1 power, 1 guts. I think that's fine. Do you want to buy stamina manuals just for raiding at this point? Not a horrible idea, I guess. We're going to wind up with a surplus of coins. Is why I'm looking for opportunities to spend. And then I think here we just go Vita 65 Empowering Megaphone. Off of a wit training, we should be able to let it ride pretty well. We're at 3 fail tags right now, so if we can make it through this summer break without dipping into those, that means that we can just fail tag the last 3 turns of the career. Single rainbow speed is good enough for a speed ankle weight at this point. Perfect time for a wit training. Refresh your empowering megaphone. Yeah, I'd rather have the speed than the wit, I think. Well, yeah, your speed's not going to cap at this rate, so I do think you want the speed. The wit would be nice for saving energy, but it's the last turn of summer break. We don't really need to. And if we need to fail tag a training early October or early December, we can. It's fine. Single rainbow, double rainbow. And it's not a sprint versus. That's really interesting. It's only 31 stats, but we're at 191 shop coins already, and we're racing. Which means we're actually going to be at like 591, assuming we win all of those races. I think we could afford to skip this race for the sake of getting 26 stats in wit specifically. If we were to do a versus race, we probably get more than 31 stats out of that. But we get 31 random stats. I don't want to have 31, or I don't want to have like 40 random stats from a race when half of them are going into stamina and the other half are going into unspent race coins. I would rather take the wit that's in front of me right now, given the point that we're at in this career, where we only have 2 more shop refreshes before the entire thing is over. Now, the same calculus does not apply to the Sprinter Stakes, because this is a G1 for an epithet. And also, we have to win this race if we want to get that epithet, and we have no resets left. But that's okay. And now all we need to do is win the QE2 Cup, and everything else is gravy. We're still going to do Autumn Tenno and Arima for Fall Triple Crown Champion, but that's not that important in the grand scheme of things. Speaking of races being worth random stats, was that both stamina and guts that we got out of that epithet? Replacement speed ankle weight. I gotta know. It was. So this is why a race might be worth more stats, but isn't necessarily worth the stats that you want. Early October, designated training day. The speed doesn't look bad. I think I could Vita 20 into that fairly comfortably. Do you also want to buy a motivating megaphone for it? I think we need to spend down these coins. So are we going to get 55 coins worth of value out of that megaphone? No, absolutely not. But are we going to get some value out of those coins? Yes, for sure. I don't want to end the run with 200 unspent shop coins. That's wasteful. We could have also raced that turn, to be fair, but I don't know. I'd rather not risk multiple after repeated races when we don't have any way to counteract our mood dipping at this point in the career. Nice speed training, but I think a G1 is still more valuable. So we'll go ahead and take the Autumn Tenno. Hey, maybe we could have raced early October now that I think about it. I don't know. That could have gone either way. There's no sprints early October, I know that for sure. There's only miles. But that's still a chance to get like late surge or hints or something. It's a chance to see a shop refresh, which wouldn't have been that bad. Maybe we could have raced early October. Maybe that's a slight punt. Okay, that was our last must-win race. Everything after this is just a nice bonus. We do not need the kale juice. We have 3 fail tags currently, so we'll be skipping that. Speed power is exactly the stats we wanted. Speed guts isn't even that bad. Give me speed scroll, speed manual. I look at your training, because if it's like a triple rainbow speed, you might think about taking it. I don't think 29 and 5 is better than a G1. It was better than a G2 in early September. I don't think it's better than an epithet G1. It's not a major epithet for us, like we're not getting the stat bump from also winning the Triple Crown, but it is part of an epithet that's going to give us a few bonus stats. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for the guts. Thank you for the power scroll. Soft step is not necessary. Stamp power isn't great either. Give me power scroll. Single rainbow, single rainbow. The versus, there's not sprints on this turn. Well, there's a dirt sprint, but that can't be a versus race for us. Stat-wise, we're fine. I do kind of want to throw a little bit more towards wit, but the problem is that if we use a good luck charm here, we're not going to have anything to do on the first turn of the finals, because we haven't found a replacement fail tag. If we race and we hit after repeated races and it gives us skin condition, and then skin condition gives us a mood down, it's so devastatingly bad. But I don't have any other good options on this turn, so I think I need to race anyway. And we just need to hope that we don't get after repeated races. Like, I can live with race fatigue, and we're going to get race fatigue. It's like 95% if you've done 4 in a row. I just don't want to get skin condition, and then I don't want to go immediately into the mood down from skin condition. Speed is exactly what we want from that. Power scroll is nice. It is after repeated races, but it's not skin condition. Okay. I can live with that, because I think you can see Berry Sweet Cupcakes in the final shot. But this has protected our energy. It's interesting to think about, but I would rather do the Arima to finish out the Senior Autumn Triple Crown epithet. It also has a chance to give us a cupcake in the shop reset, which would help with our finals. Okay. I feel a little unsure about the last 6 turns that we took in that career. I think there was room for improvement. That's a huge time to see Etsuko. I'm not sure. I think I'm pretty comfortable with our choice early September. I don't really know about our choice early October. And I don't really know about our choice early December either. I think it's probably fine, but if there's a different way that you would have played those last 8 turns, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to see what you think. Triple Cleat Hammer is beautiful, and we're still going to end with 400 shop coins. There's even more that we could have bought. Huge speed training. We definitely Megaphone and Cleat Hammer that. We are going to have 1 Megaphone-less turn here in the finals, because we never saw a 3rd one. So just bear that in mind. But this training should make sure that we cap speed, and then we probably want to spend our last 2 turns on wit. We're gonna go roughly, yeah, we're gonna cap speed, no problem. We'd be looking for big power training, big guts training, big wit training. Ideally big wit training, I think. There's a universe where we get a few double rainbows to line up, and also Seeking the Pearl shows up there, even though she has a ton of specialty priority for speed. And we'd push wit to 1,000. That's not a great start to living in that world. But I can tell you this is not going to be my empowering megaphone turn. We'll go ankle weight fail tag. I think power is also going to cap at this rate. I just wish I could have gotten the wit to around 1,000, but this is a significant improvement over the King Halo we made yesterday. I think it's going to be an improvement in raw rating, but it's also going to be an improvement in terms of like her ability to score points. also nothing. I don't even care about Ishinko Windy Hint, man. My kingdom for a reset whistle. None of this is good at all. Wait, you don't cap speed right now. You go to 85. And then the finals puts you at 95. The weight would put you at 97. This would put you at 99. I think you have to go like this. This is how you cap speed. That also means power's probably not going to get there, but it's going to get pretty close. Yeah, this is fine. We could have used a better guts training, or we could have used any two good trainings on the last two turns there. But it's a testament to the quality of the run that I think we're still going to be fine, even though we had basically no trainings on the last two turns. So let's see where we wind up. I think for sure we're in SS territory here. But let's see what our skill point budget is looking like. We never managed to get Shooting Star that much cheaper, so I think we skip it for now. Center Stage is a good gold. Speed Star is not a usable gold. We can go Blinding Flash, Outer Swell. None of these. None of those. Late Straights is fine. Fighter's fine. Bigger Picture's good. Sharp Gaze, Late Savvy. Light as a Feather, maybe. Like, it's possible for us to be towards the front. I'm assuming that Light as a Feather... Hey, we don't have to assume. Let's just go check Uma.guide. I still have it in the pop-up browser window. We are looking for the skill Light as a Feather. My guess is that it's top half. Yeah, order rate less than or equal to 50%. So if you're in the top half of the field, it fires. That's not going to happen every single race, but it's going to happen in some of them. So we can pick that up. And then Small Breather is really consistent. It just doesn't help you win. Huge Lead will never happen. Subdued Front, I'd rather take a recovery than a debuff. And, well, we could also take Shooting Star. Shooting Star and Small Breather are going to be more or less the same level of consistency, but I think Shooting Star is going to contribute more to our ability to actually win races, because all you have to do is pass somebody towards the front late race. If you have any shot of winning, that's always going to happen. So, well, I don't think it's necessarily good advice to buy uniques for a Team Trials runner. In this case, Shooting Star and Small Breather and Subdued Frontrunners are basically like the only three real options that we have left that are actually skills here. And so in that case, I think there's an argument to be made for buying Shooting Star. So let's see where we wind up. I think this is low SS. It's mid-tier SS. I think that's like our 5th best runner. The sparks aren't good, but that's fine. We don't need them to be. That is our best King Halo. 43 and 39. She could have been even a little better. But I think I am still pretty satisfied with that. You can be... I don't really like any of these for Halo. You can be a heroine, sure. And then let's go get you slotted in to the Team Trials roster. You are unquestionably better than the one that we made yesterday. So this is 11, 6, 8, 6, 10. This is 12, 5, 12, 5, 9. But if you look at the skills, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golds. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golds. But better skill consistency overall, and also just a better stat line. So let's plug this in. Confirm that. I think that also gives us a template to think about for Eruv and Bakshin, as far as what kind of decks might work for them. We just might want to switch up the gold skill specifically, because Seeking the Pearl is not necessarily going to work for them. And then let's see how she does. So this is what we're currently working with for, oh my god, it's so tiny. This is what we're currently working with for our team trial scores. Now that we have rebuilt King Halo, we can remove her from this list. And we can see how this new one does. We're also chasing retention line here still, I think, this week. I need to find like another 10,000 points in one of these scores. That is digital going to 0. It is gold ship going to -1. It's air groove going to 3. Down at the bottom, it's King Halo. I don't think she's that bad, but we'll see. Going to -1. It's Tamamo going to 2. It is Bokshin going to -1. Try again. I think this King Halo has what it takes to be in the top 3 somewhat consistently. Maybe not top 3 consistently, but better than that. That's plenty good enough. It's terrifying that we just got 837 on a 3-win. There's a lot of room for score improvement in that team still. Holy cow. Mile Shoes, JDD. I don't really need either of those. Send them back. Show me score. Special week number 1. Special week back to 0. Air Groove to 4. Gold Chip to 0. So our traditionally good runners are starting to pull themselves out. King Halo barely on the front page, but it counts. Sotono Diamond back to 0. Mayano to -3. Winning Ticket to -2. We go round 3. I think there's an 850 in this roster somewhere right now. Call me crazy. Winning Ticket to -1. Tamamo to 3. L isn't even on the board yet. So L, Condor, Pasa, to 1. King Halo not on the front page. King Halo at the bottom. I'm gonna have to rebuild this again. Do I have Super Creek on the board yet? No. Super Creek also not on the board. Super Creek on the board now, going to -1. And Air Groove losing 1, going back to 3. I don't know that I have it in me to build that King Halo again. I think that's as good as she gets. We might have to add her to the Haru list. Even though we don't have Haru on the team anymore, we might have to add her to the Haru list. The list of Team Trials runners who we just don't bother rebuilding because they're good enough, and we probably can't improve them further. Agnes Digital to 1. Nishino Flower to 1. Special Week to 1. King Halo on front page. Sotono Diamond to -1. Gold Ship to -1. Mayano to -4. As expected, Mayano is probably our worst Team Trials runner right now. We're going to give this like 1 or 2 more days to shake out, but it would not surprise me if she was the next thing that winds up getting rebuilt. Also, that was your 5th charge. I'm going to do 1 more that we can spend a parfait on just to see how high this goes. 807 is pretty good. I like what this Team Trials roster is doing right now. Sotono Diamond back to 0. Bokshin back to 0. Tamamo to 4. Air Groove to 2. Gold Ship to -2. Mayano to -5. We'll do 1 more bonus round, because I forgot to use a parfait. I really hope that they don't hit us with a Racing Carnival anytime soon, because my mini carrot jellies have not recovered yet. Okay, that was Well, 8 King Halo in 7th is not good. Yeah, that's not going to be a high score, but we're more than safe for retention line for this week and probably next week as well, which is good because CM prep starts next week and we're not going to have time for rebuilds anyway. But that's Digital +1, Satono Diamond +1, Nishido Flower +1. It is L -1, King Halo -1, Air Groove -1. So if we do a little bit of rearranging, we get something that looks a little bit like this. And there is a picture starting to emerge for who our weak team trials runners are right now. Oh, Super Creek's on here twice. I'm going to have to go and double check that for record keeping purposes to make sure I've assigned them both correctly. I'll get that fixed before next time. Shouldn't make a huge difference right now. But as far as the current picture is looking, we knew that Mayana was going to be one of our weakest runners. She's still in her vanilla clothes. We didn't have an ever 3-star outfit unlocked the last time we made her. King Halo we kind of expect. It's just hard to build a late surger, sprinter, and track blazer. I'm surprised that Gold Sheep is still down here, because Gold Sheep previously had been a pretty strong team trials runner for us, but it's possible that she just had a ton of previous score and was skating by, and now that we've reset everything, her true performance is beginning to emerge. So the next set of team trials rebuilds are probably going to be in about 2 weeks. We're going to do our CM prep, we're going to see how that CM goes, and then we'll jump back into this, but at least for now, I think that we are looking pretty nice on retention line. If we can replicate 837, and I do think there's even more in that team, that was 837 off of 2 losses. I think we could go as high as 850 on a good week. We should be good on the retention line for probably 2 or 3 weeks at this point. So we have a nice cushion of time where we can continue to work on some of those runners. Let's go finish the rest of our dailies up, though. No, not exhibition. No, not race events. The legend race is over. The one remaining button you haven't pressed. We'll go get our Suzuka stars. Suzuka, when she finally unlocks, is going to be our Bokshin replacement because she'll be our front runner for sprints, but quite a ways to go until that actually happens, unless she gets called back to do a set of legend races. In which case, we basically unlock her immediately. But until then, I think we're fairly stuck with our sprint runners, our mile runners, probably our dirt runners as well. We've used pretty much every option we have available. It's only on mediums and longs that we have a lot of flexibility right now. Those are all probably fine. One more daily shop. We're not going to see our last daily shop today, but that's alright. Long shoes, yeah, just in case. I know that we were low on them for a while, and sprinter stakes, we're probably fine. We run the sprinter stakes quite a bit, as long as we're going to be rebuilding our sprint runners. And then we'll go check up on club, we'll do our bingo spins, and that'll wrap it up for the day. Go ahead and give me those long shoes. Give me my event rewards. I did go and skim through all the chapters, so we have that copy of... Who was it? It's not L. It's not Dover. Is it Rob Roy? Is Rob Roy the welfare? I think Rob Roy's the welfare card. We got our one extra copy of Rob Roy. So all the remaining ones are going to come from event points, which obviously we're going to get fairly soon. And then, Speak of the Devil, I think that's the last one we need. Because you get 3 from cards, you get 1 from watching the story, you get 1 from the prizes. So, we are on the way to unlocking that card as well. Not that I think it's going to be something we are ever going to use. But for now, that's going to do it. As always, if you are enjoying the series, do make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are really metrics that I use on my end to keep an eye on what people enjoy watching and what they want to see next. And if you had your own thoughts, comments, etc. on today's run, do drop a note down in the comments and let me know. Especially for a video like this, where I'm looking at, what people have used for their own late surger runs, what kind of strategies they've used, and in this case, I think found a pretty good hybrid strategy that a lot of you recommended. It's interesting to kind of think through some of those problems and look at things from a new perspective and try some stuff that's a little bit different to see if it works. So, appreciate all of you guys who leave your thoughts on, what kind of different decks we can build, parenting options we can look at, and what kind of strategies we use in a race, or in a career rather. If you want yourself a fine motion borrow, or you want a mid-tier Ryan parent for the upcoming CM, account information is here. Always appreciated when you borrow from the account, but never required. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.